I just felt like it was such a smart thing to be like, oh, we're going to put vendors into the game, and people can then buy this stuff and get the armor set they want and be able to craft it and buy the materials off the materials guy that you normally can't get, and be able to like progress their character even if they're struggling on a boss. So I was like, that's really smart. It allows players who, you know, want to play on this difficulty because everything else is very, you know, accessible and easy to them, but there's a boss that's just like the biggest bitch in the world. You could actually outgear it and then progress through it.
Yeah, I get it.
Like I Outdoor World, I love the difficulty of Outdoor World. Like everything I've been bumping into as far as mobs go, even the like minor elites that go around, like I don't mind dying to those. I don't mind them being challenging. I don't mind having to feel like the world is dangerous. It's just like every now and then you go against a boss and you're like, what the fuck? Like, I'm sorry, this is, you know, this thing just hit me for 2/3 of my health with a, you know, this one ability. And you're like, okay, I'll change out my skills. Maybe there's something I can do here spell wise. And you're like, okay, I'm now like 16, 17 attempts in. I feel like I should be making progress, but I'm not. What's going on? Let me ask someone for help. That person comes in. We both get rolled. Okay, well, I guess we'll ask another person for help. Okay, now there's 4 of us. We're all getting rolled. Oh, we finally got it. But 2 people left alive or something. And you're like, dude, it should not have been that.
Yeah.
And then you realize that bringing in more people is actually making it harder.
Well, in some cases, yes, and I actually respect that. I think I think there's a little bit of scaling with that that's a little funky, but I do respect that they made them more difficult with some of the abilities. The Geomancer one to me was probably the most punishing one I've seen so far, where literally the Geomancer will just spawn not only more golems, but will spawn more of the golems that make the Geomancer immune based off of the amount of people there.
Yeah.
You literally end up with like, oh, hey, we brought 4 people, so now there's 4 of these things making it immune you have to kill, and you're like, okay, this is a bit rough on scaling, guys. Like, could probably be like for every 2 people there's 1, and that would be fine. I think 1 for every person was a bit harsh, but it's you know,
show me your castle.
It was one of those fights
now,
where yeah, that's an easier fight to do solo.
In our V Rising section, go for it. Yeah. I don't think there's objectively a correct or incorrect thing here. I think it's just player preference. And in a lot of survival crafter games, you can, like, this game puts a harder stop sign, or at least a yield sign, on, like, you're reaching the next tier. You want to progress, you got to kill this boss. Whereas a lot of, like, there are other, like, I'd be willing to bet there's probably some player power bumps that you don't know you can get that you could have gotten. That's not just gear and weapon. But other games will be like, oh, okay, well, you can keep grinding and get a trillion, like Elden Ring, right? Oh, wow, this boss is so hard. I'm going to go grind 50 levels and it's easy now.
Right.
And this game doesn't offer that. And I don't know, I kind of like that personally, so I don't think it's like objectively a good or a bad thing. And then the other difficulty scaling that, for instance, Elden Ring does not offer, just as example, is a difficulty setting, a literal difficulty setting, which just makes everything easier numerically, vastly, and mechanically. Brutal actually has increased mechanics, new mechanics, not just like higher health, higher damage.
Yeah.
And so I think that's where that comes in. And I mean, it just is what it is, right? Like, some people dig it, some people don't dig it, and yeah, I don't know.
I'm just saying I think their tuning needs a little adjustment, and I think that some of the placements of some of the unlocks could be tweaked a bit to make the game more accessible and enjoyable to a larger audience. Mm-hmm. And I agree, it's on brutal difficulty, totally agree. But it is one of those things where I feel like even on brutal, it should be something where you're like, all right, this is a soloable experience, provided you're willing to put the time in to like get there. And I think that might just be that the Elden Ring approach to me is just a better approach to something like that of, hey, you can choose to just go out and grind and get a high enough level that you come back and beat the shit out of that boss that pissed you off for 30 attempts, right?
Yeah. See, I have a very, like, I mean, you and I just differ here because I'm a very, like, elitist, stubborn brain. I really am. Like, have you played Elden Ring?
No, I have not played Elden Ring.
In Elden Ring, at the very beginning, there's like a giga hard boss, optional. Like, literally, you open the doors to the world, and there's just this like fucking massive boss, and you're like, hey, what's that? And a lot of these kind of games have that, and most players just skip it because it's optional, and you can come back when you're appropriately level geared and kill it, you know? Right? I'm the kind of guy that's like, we do it now. I die 50 times.
Sure.
I learned, you know, and like
Yeah,
I,
yeah,
so I
yeah.
like
No,
that
and,
kind.
and,
So
and
I
there were
like
definitely there were definitely bosses in this where I did that, where I was like, all right, I'm killing this boss.
I mean, I
I
do,
know I
like,
can kill
yeah,
this boss. Mechanically, I just have to be
Oh, shit,
better
wait.
at dodging this and using this and changing this. And I love that. That is, I'm 100% there with you on that. I just feel like there are bosses where that's not the case as well.
I mean, there's definitely some dog shit bosses in this game.
Yeah.
There's absolutely. I mean, in a game that's, but you know,
There's a lot of bosses.
Yeah, there's.
So that's you know, you're gonna hit a few.
Who was it? Can Tiger, like one of my mods in chat, was very pissy today about some shit bosses. And truth there are some shit bosses. And then that kind of got me thinking. It's like, well, what RPGs don't have some shit bosses? Like,
Oh, for sure.
like, even
And-
Elden Ring had a crap ton of like, okay, this boss is just like tedious and not
Yeah.
fun as fuck. You know what I mean? Like, there's just some
Yeah.
bosses that are in a game that a lot of the difficulty and content and checks and content are boss checks. You're just going to inevitably hit some bosses that are like, even bosses that are like maybe fine and good that just like don't settle well with you.
Yeah.
That are just like, this was not a fun boss for me at all. And I've definitely had a couple, including that fucking Ice Yeti. Like, that shit tilted the hell out of me.
There are definitely like good and bad bosses, which, like you said, you're gonna have that in literally every game.
That's just honest.
But the one thing that I dislike about this game's boss design is it feels like every boss
We're looking for
basically
47.
boils down to ads in the end.
No, I don't think you've done enough of them. I felt the same
Maybe
way
not.
until I got to the later bosses, and there's now quite a few bosses that don't have as many ads.
Okay.
I was literally memeing on day one, being like, "Oh, what a surprise! Bosses on or ads on this boss, shocker!" And then all of a sudden, like, a bunch of them just stop having it.
Okay, so it's just the early
I-
game experience.
I
Really.
think early on, I mean, they need better balancing in that sense, I suppose, as well. But yeah,
Veins of the mortal realm.
I just killed those two guys. I don't like their
Reveal
percentages. Fuck.
yourselves.
Alright, well, chat doesn't look like anything higher than 57 here, so. Ads on bosses?
Yeah, like even now, I went to fight
like-
that Meja for the
Like
study
usually,
desk.
like bosses
And, like, the fight would actually be
midway
very,
through
very
combat
cool.
usually
I'd be
have
super into this
like
if she wasn't
a
sitting here
2-minute,
throwing, like,
30-second
semen
ad
demons at
break
me every 20
that you're
seconds.
forced to watch if you're not subscribed to twitch.tv/sloot with either Prime or a tier 1 sub or higher, and you have to sit through the ads. And so like people are complaining about it because sometimes there's just too many ads. Ads is not really slang term, but ads is like a whatever gamer slang term for mobs, like extra units, like extra mobs coming on the screen. So like she summons, 3 extra humans to help her. Oh shit, my potion's right. Gameplay is more like WoWstar than Diablo. This plays like Diablo. It's like nothing like Diablo. It just happens to be. It's not even an isometric camera. It's like a semi-isometric camera. Now let's get to the boss zone. We can give that to another Costin. That's good. Wait. The combat? I don't think this is Diablo combat at all. What? Fight the free boss? What's the free boss?
Oh yeah, again, it's early in 1.0 release, so there's absolutely every potential that
Yeah.
they will go, hey, we recognize that Vincent is just a really stupid boss with the frost aura. You can literally never escape from him.
Yeah,
So we're going to change this, right? Like, I mean, absolutely that possibility. The biggest thing I found with those bosses, like bosses like Vincent and like some of the vampire hunters and whatnot, is they're dramatically easier with two people. Because if you can get one person on either side of them, then you just win. Because they literally will go back and forth between the two people, and you can actually like shave 60% of the difficulty of that fight off with a second person.
What is this? I'm in the right spot. Alright, let's see what this boss is like.
I am the fire that will cleanse Vardor, beginning with you.
Oh, okay, this is the thing now. I dodged right into that one, that's great. Bro, literally the moment I started healing, she did that. She's dead now. Just lost so much health there. What the hell's that? Three, I think, yeah. The mechanics on this one. Fuck, man.
Fucking General Elena.
Death is not the end.
That segment where she did 60% of my damage because I got caught, and I find that's what happens with bosses a lot. Most of the time, when I die in a boss, it's not because like we have like a 10-minute fight, and I just like get hit slowly. It's usually you get like womboed somehow. You get like frozen or stunned or knocked back or slowed into just like a series of fucking 10 different things that hit you, and then just like 70% of your health's gone, and then it like decreases your max health too, so you can't just like spam heal back up. It's just like getting hit like once or twice is usually very punishing, because you don't usually just get hit once or twice. You usually just get like
I will assert my
there,
will.
like I got like frozen into fucking
From beyond, return
fire.
to
Like, I
my
don't even know what
side.
happened. I just basically got just destroyed. Don't get hit. Well, I mean, you know, once you learn mechanics, it's a little easier to. I've never seen this boss in my life. I don't know what she does. I don't know if she has a second phase too. We'll see what she does then, because I have no idea. I'm not sure why you needed fire resist for this fight. These are most dangerous spells are frost and lightning so far. Unless she has something in phase 2. Oh no, it's gonna be lame. I'm gonna lose form when I loot though, right? Okay.
I will cleanse Vardor, beginning with you! Purge!
Phase 2. Ah. Okay. Yeah, see like there? Double tap. This is kind of fades. Oh, I think knocked her.
I will end you.
Don't do that. Oh. Oh no, we're fucking away. Ah, that's why you want fire. Is this just a thing now?
I will end you, War.
No fucking way. Okay. Ooh, just got my ult up. Just got my ult up.
Snuffed out.
Also, drink gas. I still have 2. Well, 3 now for the boss stuff. Oh no. 3 for the. Wait. I get 3 at 4. I don't know. We're 3 or 4 owed.
I feel stronger.
Ancestral Greatsword. Oh, good. A new pattern too. Okay, well, at least 4 now. Yeah, eyeballs is definitely not too bad. Just the freeze part. That was definitely a bit of a nut clencher. Defo a bit of a nut clencher. So there's a crazy amount of mechanics that looks really cool. I'll say I just remember watching something that I didn't really consider while stacking them back to back and doing a solo situation. What do you mean stacking them back to back? Oh fuck. Yeah, where am I going, dude? Let me get to this road here. So I have to read chat and try to boop 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 boop. What's the next boss? These guys. Yeah, see these are what am I, 74? They should be on par, right? I think. There's the Athenaeum. Yeah, that's going to be a big one. Henry Blackbird, the Doctor. Advanced Loom. I think this guy's definitely our next target. Some of the bosses mechanics they use back to back can cause a huge amount of frustration. Yeah, I mean that's part of the that's part of the difficulty in this one. Oh, fuck off. Considering eating the wire. Just kill my horse. Holy shit, dude. Oh, it's right here. God damn, dude, it's so annoying. Why do they have to get those fucking gun guys are so annoying. Well, it depends on the boss, Lithium, yeah. You're saying that now, but some bosses are way worse single player. Or, in group. Yeah, I'm just gonna go wolf. Because that's CBA. Alright. Time to get them drinks going, too. Series of irritating events. I think what's weird is if you're a WoW player, it's just not, it's close enough to WoW, but not exactly WoW, that you're so used to WoW that you're like, what the fuck is this garbage system? But like, I think, I don't know, kind of just get used to it and it's like, okay, life goes on. Cheers. 1 of 4. Cheers.
Cheers.
Indeed.
Spencer, you need to slow down. Oh, wait, this is a holy place, isn't it?
Look, man, I can finish as many energy drinks as I want, all right?
Wait. Well. Eventually, you will stop.
One way or the
Forcibly.
other.
go like perfectly between them. These gun guys are gonna tilt the shit out of me. They're like a more annoying version of the fucking fire aiming chicks in the first act in the first area. Oh yoy, man. See what nightmare they are.
I'm also surprised at just how many things in this game require plant fiber.
Yeah.
It's a lot. Like, I could have a regular farm for just plant fiber.
I'm a fan that materials are relevant.
Oh,
like,
for sure.
from day one.
And continue being relevant.
Yes.
I'm totally a fan. I just feel like having like 7 or 8 base things all use plant fiber was a lot. It's not like a full complaint. It's just one of those like, I'm surprised this was a decision that happened.
It is the most basic shit in the world you can get, I guess.
It is,
from, like,
yeah.
everywhere.
Yeah, no, you can get it anywhere. You do anything you want, and often passively get it just because you're killing something and you're trimming the grass while you're doing it. It's just a funny thing to me, be like, yeah, like tailoring, the paper stuff, the making rats, alchemy, a lot of the carpentry stuff. Like, it all uses plant fiber in large amounts.
Must be here. Oh, it could be in the
Gardening,
north, actually.
they all use plant fiber. It all makes sense that they use plant fiber. I'm just surprised that they all use plant fiber in the amounts that they do. It's a lot.
Oh no, dude. There's fucking 2 guys on the door here. Ouch. Did you just... Alright. They're just gonna stay there. Oh, fuck. 2 gun guys, man. Fuck off. Okay, good. Jesus. These guys tilt the shit out of them. They're so annoying. Oh, shit. Ah, blades. What do we get here?
Like, first time I moved my castle, though, I love this castle move system.
Oh, God, another...
It was a little frustrating because
Oh, a bunch of silver, too. Nice.
I was at
11
29 of
stacks,
30
perfect.
things moved, and I was slowly going through every single thing inside of the menu trying to find the one thing that I had not moved. And it was the blood press, because it's already so grayed out already, it looked like I'd already used it.
Yeah.
So I couldn't find it. I was like, if you could just like put a box around it or something, just so it's like lit up in gold if you haven't placed it yet or something. I would love that. That would be a UI change I would be thrilled with.
My biggest holy shit moment was when somebody was like, when I'd made my second base, I was like, oh, gotta move the chest over. So I started like doing the usual empty the chest, delete.
Oh god, yeah, no.
And somebody's like, oh man, you just move those.
It's so good.
I was like,
It's
what?
so good. Yeah, they did such a good job with it. I'm thrilled with that. The thing that made me nervous is through the whole move, I kept hearing, your heart does not have enough blood in it. Your heart does not. It's like, is my stuff like rotting over there? Like, what's happening with my stuff back at the other base? Oh, it's fine. There's nothing wrong with it at all. It literally is just, it just does that. It's one of the effects. It's like I assume it's one of those unintended things that takes place. But as a mechanic, they couldn't really get rid of without breaking the main mechanic that actually does warn you that your shit's going away.
Yeah, that can go. That at this point can go. Bro, fuck off! Are there mutants here? Oh, it's there from the cart.
I'm gonna start the garden. 'Cause I suppose I'm gonna start the garden.
Ben Affleck meme where he's like, God, this is my feeling right now.
Do the plot sizes affect the amount you can plant inside, like the amount of individual plants you can put in, or is it like?
Like the pots.
Well, when I look at my build menu for garden, I have like small growing plots,
Yes,
medium
yes,
growing plots,
yes,
and large
yes.
ones.
The answer is yes. Those will affect the amount you can
must
put.
make
I usually
room
just put a
for
row
to
of
carry that.
plantings then, though.
Okay.
But like you can obviously do whatever.
The only one of the descriptor is the large one, which says that it. Oh, never mind. Actually, if I expand the mode, I then get other descriptors. It says that they have
My bags are
how much room they have for what. The large one has room for 7 seeds and 1 sapling, but then the mediums are 4. The smalls are 1.
We're like right beside the
I'm surprised the
portal.
large is so small.
So I'm
It
gonna
actually
go back
feels
to the
really
base
weird.
and empty at this point. Where like our bags are so full, chat. That's another shot, by the way. We're back to 3 now. You're surprised? I'm sorry.
But the large plot is actually quite small.
Yeah,
It's not even the
large one
size of,
says
like,
on it,
one
you can
floor
fit X
square.
seeds on it.
Well, it says you can put 7 seeds or 1 sapling.
Yeah,
And so I'm like, I'm surprised that like, I guess it makes sense. Like this is the size you'd have for
I
a
thought
tree.
it was like a
so
big
that makes
square the
sense.
size of a tile.
Yeah, I thought it was like at least a tile, if not 4 tiles for the large one or something, right?
Whoop.
But, yeah.
I kind of need those 16 laps. Yeah, those and the exploding spiders as well, Juja. Fuck me, those are annoying, dude. Just like sit still, dude. You know you're going to die anyways. Why are you delaying this?
Check out the colors of grass. See what color of grass I want.
Oh, I spent a while doing that shit there. I went with dark green, with the
I had the
Halloweeny
dark green.
bushes in the end.
Oh, that's a good call too. Like Halloween bushes are a nice idea.
Anything to get stuff out of the fucking.
Oh, I just need a fuck ton of plant fiber. All right, that makes sense.
I had plant fiber struggles too, but they will at some point you will not. It will not be a thing anymore. At some point.
Do your patrols that you send out bring back plant fiber now?
I don't know actually.
I'm wondering if where it got solved, right? That would be a reasonable spot for it to solve.
You
Dude,
get.
I have a fucking
I mean,
steel
did you have it
node
to
in my
spoil,
backyard.
Or do you want to just discover it yourself and go, oh, nice.
That's right. Oh, do I want to spoil it? No, I mean, I'll discover it or whatever. It's not a big deal to me.
The
That's
other
not-
thing is
I was oh, that's nice, is I found an iron node just sitting in my backyard.
Oh, nice. The other thing is like, for people like me and you, is like I made a nice big castle with a garden, which you don't have to do, right? And you don't like if you're looking to beat this game, you can ignore most of the shit.
Oh yeah,
which is not
for
fun.
sure.
So
For sure.
a lot of
Yeah.
that fiber that you're like, wow, I need fiber. Like doing the 5 plot planting, which I have like 40 of upstairs, is 100 fiber each.
Yeah.
So you know. No wonder I had fiber issues when I'm building a bunch of shit that most people, if they want a neck beard and just kill bosses, like don't have to build at all.
Yeah. No, a lot of mine is like, I like having
That's you, Chad.
consumables,
You're
and I
the
like
neckbeards.
having stuff built, and I'm making papers so I can do more research, and like, I've also gotten really unlucky in Chapter 2 with finding a gear set.
Why did
still
I come
haven't
back
actually
here?
put together a
Oh,
whole
it's
gear
empty
set.
bags.
So
Oh, I need another.
there's that,
Yeah, we gotta tap that dude for some blood. Let's do this now.
which is certainly driving some of the, hey, I think I'll just make a bunch of paper and then try
Right.
and do my own research.